Welcome back. So we're about an hour out from hockey games taking place, starting with Pittsburgh and Philly. And as I record this, the Vegas Golden Knights now have a captain. And it's going to be Mark Stone. And it's not really a surprise. Like, I think we all kind of saw this coming, that Stone was going to be the first captain of the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, I was a little bit thought, well, that new defenseman they got, that Pietrangelo, he's got a lot of time as a captain, but obviously not for the city of Las Vegas. So for the Golden Knights, they get Stone as their captain. I think it's a good call, and we'll see how things go for them this season. Also of note, for their opening night game, they have 13 forwards and 5 defensemen listed for opening night. Now, the interesting thing to me about that is, if a defenseman gets hurt during the game, you're down to 4. I was thinking that this year we might see more teams go with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, but Vegas trying something completely different with 13 and 5. So we'll see how it goes. And there's going to be some interesting roster decisions being made throughout this season. Really fascinating stuff. And there's no sarcasm in that. I'm really interested to see how some of this is going to go. Nick Ehlers is out for the Jets due to COVID protocol. So, again, we're going to see a lot of players that are out due to exposures, potential exposures, this kind of thing. And and again, when teams are on the road, there are some big restrictions in for those teams when they're on the road, and rules they're not allowed to break. So Ehlers is out due to protocol. No idea how long he's out for the Jets or what he may miss, but it sounds like he'll probably miss at the very least the start of the season. The LA Kings have decided not to go with the youth movement just yet, with Byfield and Kaliev going to the AHL, and Elias Anderson, who they picked up from the Rangers and generated a ton of buzz through training camp, he's on the taxi squad. So Byfield and Kaliev will get time to develop, and there's a lot of kids being sent down. And maybe it's because of the nature of this season and the way that it's going, the fact that it's a sprint. Teams are saying, you know what, we're going to go with our veterans, we're going to go with the players who've been here before, and then during the season, as things go on, if we need to bring the kids up, we will. So Byfield and Kaliev are in the AHL. Anderson on his way to the taxi squad, so he'll stay with the Kings, just not playing in the games as of yet. And Tampa Bay also has Tyler Johnson on their taxi squad, but plans are that he won't stay on there for long, and he'll come right back and be in the lineup pretty quick here. So he won't play tonight. The Nashville Predators did release Yannick Weber from his tryout, and Eli Tolvanen is on the taxi squad. Remember, during the offseason, David Poile was talking up Tolvanen a lot and plans to put him on the top 2 lines and give him a shot at top 6 minutes, and now he's on the taxi squad. So he didn't quite meet that criteria, but he also doesn't end up being sent to the American Hockey League either. Jim Benning making big news. Not really. When I saw this article, I thought, is this just like it's a Groundhog Day thing with Vancouver? So he's seeking a top 6 winger. Yep. So they got Toffoli, and then they lost Toffoli. They couldn't afford to keep Toffoli. It doesn't bother me a whole lot. Toffoli, part of the reason he's brought in is because of Brock Besser injury and whatnot. And we're looking for a top 6 winger again. So Höglander may eventually be that guy. Not really that guy right now. And so with Miller out, Benning's looking for a top 6 winger. I don't know very many teams that are selling off top 6 wingers. If the Canucks were in a better spot with the cap, this would be a perfect landing spot for Tyler Johnson. But they're not. They're not in a better place with the cap. So the Tyler Johnson pickup is not possible. And I'm sure there are other teams in that position too that would take on one of these higher priced players, but they just don't have the cap space to do it. So, Benning is looking at who may help fill in for the top 6, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. I try not to say negative things with Benning, but this just I always think of Mike Gillis when he publicly said, "Hey, Chris Higgins is available," and all the other GMs answered with, "We know." So Benning coming out and saying, "Hey, I need a winger." Yep. Yeah, you do. Sure you do. We know. We're aware. Okay, moving along now. And EA has jinxed everybody. EA released the simulation results showing that the Colorado Avalanche beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in the Stanley Cup Final. Their simulation, meaning it can't happen. This is a year-by-year thing where whoever they simulate wins. So the fact that the Avs are being picked by a lot, including myself, as Stanley Cup champions for 2021, or at the very least, likely Stanley Cup champions, this throws all that into chaos. But it also shows just how unpredictable things are going to be. It's going to be a very unpredictable season indeed. And odds are that by the time we hit the playoffs and they do their simulation again, which they will, it'll be a different champion. But I'm looking forward to it. Puck drops, like I said, in less than an hour. And there you go. So Vegas has themselves a captain. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.